Hello and welcome to Automotive Grace. Well, from here in a cold grey British winter to the windswept sunshine and warmth of Langebaan in South Africa. This is the west coast of Africa and it is wonderful to be back here wearing shorts and t-shirt. Oh, feels good. Great break from the British winter, and been doing a little bit of visiting, a little bit of sightseeing, and just enjoying the amazing weather. Oh, fantastic to be here. In this video and the next, depending on how I break them up, we are going to look at a new addition to the Grace motoring collection here in Langebaan. And there's going to be some motorsport that we went to go look at, car show, and a few little bits and pieces. And yeah, just want to say thank you for joining me, and I hope this helps you feel a bit better, seeing as it's all wintry and cold and grey in Britain. Good to get a break from the winter. I find it really recharges the batteries. Going back to Britain, you don't feel so bad. You haven't had that non-stop grey winter. You've had a couple of weeks of magnificent sunshine. Yeah, good times, good to be here. Thanks for joining me. Always a good contingent of South African seagulls here. And just to tell you more about them, you think your seagulls are tough in Britain, stealing your French fries. Well, these seagulls steal other things as well. Have a look at this. Yes, even the snakes here are afraid of seagulls. Oh, it's a motorsport day today, and if you look behind me there, that little bit of road heading down there. In 1947, the first speed trials were held here at Killarney in Cape Town. That developed into a triangular shaped circuit, of which there are still remnants here. On this little piece of road left on the ground here and preserved with this fencing is the original 1951 Killarney racing circuit. The circuit was then enhanced in 1960 by architect Edgar Hoal, that built the modern Killarney Raceway as we know today. And it is also the oldest racing circuit in South Africa with an unchanged layout. And it is my home circuit where I learned to drive. There's a drag strip as well. There's a central karting circuit for small track karts, where I won my karting championship in 1988 before graduating to Formula Fords. But yeah, we're here for a great day of motorsport, regional races here at Killarney Raceway in Cape Town, and I'm here with my friend Mark, and we're going to just be spectators and enjoy the beautiful weather. You can see the development of the Killarney Raceway throughout the time, and then from 1960, which is the circuit that we know today. Still a very vibrant motorsport community here in South Africa, and the track is very accessible, as you can see. We're here on Sarel corner. Sarel one of the greatest racing drivers in South Africa, multiple rally championship winner, multiple drivers champion, winner of the 1984 Daytona 24 Hours, podium finisher overall at Le Mans, multiple times competing, and has a corner named after him here at the Killarney Raceway. So many years spent here at Killarney, first in kart racing and then in Formula Fords. And we shared a workshop here at Killarney itself. So during the day I'd be at university and leave lectures early, come down to the workshop and just work on racing cars all day. Those were good times. And I'm here with my good friend Mark Elisoff. Mark, first time on the channel.
Absolutely.
We've known each other since the early 90s, I want to say.
I think late 80s.
Late 80s, early 90s. And well, I just can't get rid of him. He keeps finding me wherever I go in the world. So yeah, really good to meet up and catch up. And we shared a workshop here. We had a double workshop at Killarney. We both worked on our Formula Fords.
Yeah.
I used to spend the day at university at lectures and sneak out early and come down here to the garage. And you were already here most of the time.
Yes.
Where you were doing the same at Tech.
I was.
And playing with our Formula Fords.
Yeah.
Good memories.
Absolutely. I think you got the garage after Gunther had it, didn't you?
Could have been, yes.
You took it over from Gunther.
I can't remember. Was it Mark de Nobrega that I took it over from?
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. And good to meet up.
A long time ago.
I'll insert some historic photographs here so you can see how young we looked.
We still look young.
Do we? Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
35 years ago.
It was some time ago. But yeah, I looked on YouTube and there's quite a bit of footage of the Formula Ford races. And there's some of you as well, because generally you were crashing into things and that's quite spectacular on TV, isn't it?
Possible. I cannot confirm or deny that I crashed. I was
fast but fragile.
Yeah, I sort of don't have an off switch.
Yes, indeed.
I'm not much of an endurance racer.
He's a sprint racer.
Sometimes I make 8 laps. Told you, what did I tell you about that polo?
Yeah.
And you just went from third to first. And John's making up the figures.
Many years spent here at the short circuit, racing karts, starting in 50cc juniors, going up to 100cc stock. So we're just going to see what things are looking like these days. More expensive, I think. It seems as if people are spending an incredible amount of money on karting. Might be a while ago, but I'm not completely forgotten. If we look carefully, 1988, there we go. So Mark, do you recognize these garages? I think if you look closely, you can make out M-A-R-K Elisov, which is Mark's garage, which means next door is my garage. Let's see, I don't know if you can make out my name.
That is pretty cool.
So these were our workshops for our Formula Fords, and they still exist today. Many, many hours wasted away here, I can assure you, but good times.
Ingrained.
You can just about make out the G-R-A-C-E. There's the
W.
W from Andrew. Oh,
Cool.
there are still remnants of us here.
We were here.
We were here, yes, indeed.
Well, in all fairness, it was like 30 years ago.
Now, for my viewers, I will bleep that out so that you don't know how old we really are. Also, as part of the history of the circuit, in 1961, we had the Cape Grand Prix, a non-championship Formula One Grand Prix won by Sterling Moss. And in 1962, we had another Grand Prix with the likes of Jim Clark, Joe Bonnier, Trevor Taylor, and that race was won by Trevor Taylor. So lots of history here. Killarney 9-hour, early 60s, GT40s, Lola T70s, Lola T70 coupes, Porsche 906s, 911s, Lotus 23Bs. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that little look into what the Killarney motor racing circuit has to offer. A lot of motorsport history here in South African motorsport history. The oldest circuit in South Africa in its original format from 1961, and racing began here in 1947. So both me and my dad are long-time members, or have been long-time members of the club. A lot of history for us here as well, with Mark, you just saw, racing Formula Fords together, and me kart racing history as well. So yeah, thanks for joining me, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Take care, bye. Well, I just stopped off here at Klein Hopefield, or Small Hopefield, little town of Hopefield on the west coast, just in from the west coast. And the last thing you expect to find when driving along the endless nothingness here on the west coast is a C47. So right next to the street, right next to the road, on display is this C47, which is the military version of the Dakota DC-3, or just Dakota, as many people call it. This plane was originally part of the United States Air Force and actually took part in the D-Day invasion. It was part of the initial phase, and it was a glider tug and towed the gliders from the United Kingdom over to Normandy for the invasion. So it has quite a history, and it is now here on permanent display at Klein Hopefield. Now when I drove past here, must have been a good 10 or more years ago, I noticed the plane here on display and I recognized it immediately. And that is because this plane was a display piece at a theme park called Ratanga Junction. It was a theme park with roller coasters, that type of thing, at what is now known as Century City in Cape Town. It was one of the major decorative pieces at that particular theme park in these colors. That theme park has since gone, and the plane was moved here where it is in perfect display, pretty poor condition, but it's been out in the elements for, well, decades. And yeah, it's kind of a cool thing. It's here at Klein Hopefield, which is a sort of a coffee, restaurant, animal stop on the road towards Langebaan. And Hopefield, the little town, is just next door to Little Hopefield, Klein Hopefield. So yeah, nice little surprise along the road. Thought I'd stop and do a little bit of investigating. Here at Klein Hopefield, there are also some, let's say, restoration projects on display. Probably more than a weekend's work there, I would think. Well, you know how stores and companies somehow struggle to find just the right signpost for their business. Well, here at Klein Hopefield, they found something quite special, and that is a wind turbine blade right here alongside the road, advertising Klein Hopefield. And it is quite a big thing. Forget how big these things really are. I think it's a little bit taller than I am. Yeah, good signpost, good choice. As you may also be aware, wind turbine blades have a lifespan of around 15 years and are non-recyclable, so this is a great idea.